This is Lukadowski of We Are Change.org and Plaza de Republique. This is where everyone is expecting things to get crazy and chaotic here on the eve of the French election. Already today, we saw terror alerts with 3 fugitives that the French police are looking for. There was a terror threat and a lockdown at the Louvre. Yesterday, we were at what people would consider a no-go zone. And to talk about that, and plus a lot more of what's happening here right now in Paris, France, we have Brittany Pettibone here, and of course, Tim Poole, who is also another independent journalist out here. We're going to be talking about a lot of different perspectives. But right now, we're seeing the polls at the lowest that they have been since 1988. There's less people voting now. There's 65% of the vote already calculated, and they're saying this is an extreme low voter turnout here in France, which means the likelihood of election victory for Marine Le Pen. As we know, Marine Le Pen has very fervent, very strong supporters. People who support Macron, those are the kind of people who are like, well, we'll support him if we have to. Maybe we'll vote for him, maybe we won't. And with this low voter turnout, many people are saying that this election may be skewed towards Marine Le Pen. But we've been seeing a lot on the ground. We've been tweeting a lot on the ground. We've been reporting everything we've been hearing to you. And of course, we're going to be live later today on youtube.com/wearechange if anything happens. But we're hearing from both a lot of the people here that no matter who wins, Macron or Le Pen, people will be very upset. There's even rumors talking about people storming Macron's acceptance speech if he wins. And we were just at the headquarters of Le Pen, and people were talking about even crashing in that area if Le Pen wins. So no matter what happens, it's going to be very interesting. Now, Tim, first of all, what have we been seeing here? It's been pretty nuts and pretty crazy.
Well, it's France, right? Okay, in France, people protest, people riot all the time. Last time I was here, there were just people walking around, there's tear gas everywhere. So it's no surprise that last night there was some police brutality stuff. We're hearing right now, there's going to be a protest here, there's going to be a protest at the Bastille, there's going to be another protest at a name that I have difficulty pronouncing, but just everywhere, we're getting all this conflicting information about where we're supposed to be. And the truth is, it's going to happen everywhere. It's all over Paris. People are going to be going crazy.
Like Tim said, breaking news, there's going to be a protest later on today in Paris somewhere, and there will be. I'm here in Stalingrad. We're keeping a close eye on it. Brittany Pettibone is also here, and I wanted to bring in Brittany to kind of bring in the American kind of Trump supporter perspective on this, because Le Pen has been getting a lot of support internationally, especially from a lot of the kind of American right and international right. Why is there this international attention on Marine Le Pen?
Well, a lot of people see her as the Trump of France, globalism versus nationalism, and we're seeing like a collective, surge of nationalism here in France. I mean, we'll see if it's enough tonight, I guess, but, you're saying record low turnout, so she just might be able to swing it, and if she does, things are going to get crazy.
You know what's really crazy? Like what she was saying is there's international appeal for nationalism, right? The international community on the right wants nationalism, and they're excited for each other's nationalism. It's almost paradoxical.
Yeah, that's very true. And last night we covered a very serious, very tense situation in messy France, which was outside of Paris. There was a situation that unfolded where 2 days ago, a young man who was riding an ATV without a helmet was tried to be stopped by police. He ran away. There was an accident with a bus. He died. We went to that community and we saw a lot of people outraged and angry at police. The tensions were extremely high. Tim and Brittany, Lauren Southern was also there. Marcus was also there. Talk about what we saw yesterday, because it was surreal. It was almost reminiscent of Baltimore and Ferguson. Tell us.
I mean, we were chasing the remnants of the riot. We had initially gone to the core of this group. I went to the bathroom, and Luke and the crew apparently got chased out by some violent, aggressive dudes.
They told us to leave. They were like, get out now. So we just turned our backs, walked slowly out, but we probably would have caught the whole thing, been there for the epicenter of it. But yeah, they made us leave, and they didn't want our cameras on. They said no filming. Yeah, they even were talking to you, Luke.
I was in the bathroom, and then I walk out of the bathroom, everyone's gone, and I'm just standing there. I'm walking towards where they were, and then all of a sudden I get a text, and it's like, get out now, and I just turn right around and start walking away. And then we walked out, went where the police were. Basically what we saw, trash cans had been flipped over on several different streets, glass bottles being thrown at the police. The police fired these things they call the unsurrendering grenade, which is a stun grenade that when it explodes, it sprays plastic pellets like BBs everywhere. There's also these big rubber rounds. They call them, I think they call them flash bullets or something. I can't remember what the guy said they were. But the police were firing at people. And the last thing we really saw, I think, was when we were walking with one of the Antifa groups, like the protest groups. As we're getting to the intersection where the police have it blocked off, one of the cops was aiming his gun at us, yelling. But that was really it. Once we got to them, they kind of just, loaded their weapon. We stood around, and we were really just chasing the back of the protest. So we didn't actually get to confront any of the protesters. We really were just with the police at the damage. So whenever the cops would come up upon damage or destruction, we'd be right there next to them. And, we saw some vandalism. We saw some police action, but it was minor.
It's also important to note that this was a predominantly black area, and we stuck out like sore thumbs. And we had a lot of people very tense, very angry at the death of one of the people in their community. And they made it very clear, no filming, no cameras, and that there would be repercussions if the video camera would come out at any time and point. There was a lot of riot police all over the area. And at many times, we had people run up, scream at us, telling us to get out of here, not to be there, trying to intimidate us with force. Yeah, there was a lot of explosions in the distance. Brittany, how did you experience last night, since this was like one of the first times you're actually in one of these kind of crazy, hectic areas?
Nervous at first, being, Lauren and I, in the midst of all these big guys, just kind of looking, watching us really cautiously, warily, like, why are they there? Who are they? I think they suspected we were journalists, that we were going to film them, and so they didn't want that. But also, I had flats. I was wearing flats, broken glass all over the street, so I'm hopping around the whole time. First thing, I went and got, some Nikes this morning, so I'll be better prepared for tonight. But it was fun. It was an adrenaline rush for sure. I can see how people get addicted to this kind of stuff.
Tim's going to have a vlog about this on his YouTube channel, which will be in the description below, so you can see exactly the full perspective of what happened yesterday. But there's going to be remnants of this protest for this young man that was killed in this accident happening tomorrow, happening even today. So we're going to cover all these events that are unfolding here and give you the pure, honest way of exactly what we're seeing on the ground. We wish we could have filmed for our safety. We could not. It was a very, very tense, dangerous situation. And of course, like in France, to get the job done, sometimes you have to put the camera down and make sure your safety comes in your decision making, and that's exactly what we had to do. Don't forget to stay tuned to youtube.com/wearechange. We're going to be doing some live coverage when the action happens here on this YouTube channel, so subscribe, stay tuned, and thank you from the bottom of my heart from all the people who are donating to us on patreon.com/wearechange. Without you doing that, we would not be able to be here and to do the kind of reporting that we are. Thank you again so much for watching. Love you guys.